Hello, this is Cass Naidu, and I'm recording this video today to tell you that I'm exhausted. I am so tired. In the last month, I've been feeling myself getting more frustrated, getting angry, feeling really depressed at times. And I know that, when we cannot accept and acknowledge where we are, that we cannot actually change, right? And we live in a society that's, the positive thinking society where you're supposed to be up all the time, positive. I've got this, and my life is great. I'm awesome. And really, can you be that all of the time? When we suppress the way we are feeling, we can't actually heal that. Every emotion carries a message, and when that message is coming and we say, I'm too busy, I can't focus on this right now, I've got too much on my plate, too much going on, and we're just in this doing, thinking, taking action, setting goals, strategies, executing. All of that is our masculine energy. And let's admit, right, both men and women, especially women today who are independent, who are quite successful, in their masculine energy, because we're making decisions all day. We have to really think logically. We're in our minds. And the feminine energy kind of takes a back seat, and the feminine energy is that part of us that is relaxed, that is nurturing, that's loving, that's kinder, that's more open. We're more in our heart space. So it's about open to creativity, to new ideas flowing in, to tapping into our inner intuition. So we feel, okay, here's an emotion, instead of just stuffing it down and then, down the road it's going to explode in a way we really don't want. It's just being able to sit with it and say, okay, this is what I'm feeling right now. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to find the message in this, and so that I can heal it, so that I can transcend it. And honestly, I feel that because of business, and I know, lots of people that are in leadership roles, that have teams to manage, that have busy careers and still juggling home and all of that at the same time. We are all more in our masculine energy. And this can lead to us getting to points where we're just exhausted, we're depleted. I find that the number one sign for me is that when the things I used to do that worked for me in the past is not working for me any longer. So you come to a point where you feel stuck, you feel like, surely there's more to life than what I'm experiencing right now. And that's the point that I'm at. And I know that the signs are all there saying you're ready for the next level in your life. Stop playing so small. And I'm sure a lot of you resonate with this, where there's, you intrinsically, somewhere deep inside of you, you know that you're meant for bigger things. You know that you should be living a bigger life than you are, but we allow the emotions like fear to hold us back. The fear of being rejected, the fear of failure, fear of success, fear of being abandoned. It's fear of being found out. It's all of those kind of fears hold us back. And I believe in the core of my being that the answer to all of our problems is love. And before you go, oh no, just more airy-fairy stuff, I want to actually point you to the David Hawkins emotional scale, where they have calibrated the frequency of different emotions. So at the bottom of the scale, you have emotions like shame, which calibrates at 20 hertz, right? So shame is everything in your life that you've done or was done to you that you don't want anybody to ever find out about. That is shame, and we're holding that inside of us. There's guilt, there's blame. Fear is at about 100, anger is about 150, neutral is 250. The emotion love calibrates at 500 on that scale. So this is why I believe that the answer to all of our problems is love. But it doesn't just stop there. It goes a little bit further than that, because and I think this is where I'm at right now. I'm noticing that my masculine energy is dominant, right? As with the majority of women in the world that are in corporate, that are own their own businesses, masculine energy is really very strong. And so what I'm doing for myself, and I hope you're going to join me on this journey, is I'm starting 100-day journey of total life transformation. I believe it is time. I feel in my soul that it is time for the next step, something bigger, something better. And I'm willing to just go there for the next 100 days. I have no idea how it's going to unfold. I just know that I'm going to step more fully into my feminine energy, into my intuition, and allow that to guide this process over the next 100 days. And, I hope that it's not just women that will follow this journey, because, women have had to fight for equal rights, equal pay, the right to vote, right to education. We really had to fight. And today now we have so many really well-educated, strong, independent women. And now men are saying, oh, we're intimidated by you. It's not for these women to step down and start playing small. It's for men to then step up into their divine masculine energy, which is it's logical, it's decisive, it's creating structure, it's creating space, it's holding space for the divine feminine to relax, to step up into her potential. So it's calling on all men as well. So I hope the ladies watching this will share this with all the men in your life. Because the masculine energy on the planet right now is really wounded energy. We have toxic masculinity, which is the overthinking, overanalyzing, so you become controlling. It's when you want to dominate, when you want to instill fear to control other people. That is, and you look at the world that we have around us, there's the wars that are going around, and it's not a great energy to be a part of. If you look at our economy, it is struggling. If you look at governments, there's so much that's going on there that is not the kind of energy we want going forward, right? And if we want a different kind of energy going forward, then for me, it is about focusing on the individual, and for each of us to come into a space where we can balance our masculine and feminine energies, where we can open our hearts and step more into that feeling of love, that emotion of love, to being more loving, letting more love into our lives, and make our decisions from there, move forward in life from that space. It doesn't matter if you're working for someone or you have your own business, but can you imagine us bringing that in for ourselves first and foremost, a deep sense of self-love. And then from that space, it impacts every single one of your relationships. It impacts your work, your finances, your health and well-being. All of it is impacted when you turn the focus to yourself and you begin to truly fall in love with yourself. So I want to take the next 100 days, and I'm calling this the Love Evolution. I have a Facebook group called the Love Evolution, and I'm going to post once a week in that group the journey, where I'm at, what's working, what's not working, the results from it or the lack of results from this, right? And I'll post a daily 1-minute check-in just to say, okay, I'm on track, this is what I did today, and this is what's unfolding. So I invite you to join the Love Evolution Facebook group, as well as my YouTube channel, which is Creating Conscious Relationships with Cass Naidu. And it is my wish that as many of you as possible step forward and watch this and be inspired and say, I want to come into balance myself. I want to be able to embrace my inner divine feminine energy, the energy of the queen and the seductress and the goddess energy. And I want to embrace, the inner masculine energies, the king and the lover and the warrior and all of that, because we need all of these archetypes in different areas of our lives. So I really, it's an experiment. It's taking everything that I know, everything that I share with my clients, and I see their lives transform so magically, and it's just taking it now to the next level. So it's putting this laser focus on it for the next 100 days to see what happens. So I'd like to invite you to look at your life right now, and are you feeling those emotions where you are feeling sad, you're feeling depressed? Depression is at the highest levels on the planet. Suicide as well. I remember there was this networking event I went to, and there was this woman. She was so smart, so well dressed, so well educated. She spoke so confidently, and I left feeling so inspired by this woman, only to find out a few weeks later that she had committed suicide. So you see, on the outside, we can be so confident, successful, all of these things, and that's what we show the world. But inside of us, if we're struggling, if we're feeling that sadness, if we're feeling alone, then it's time for us to actually step up and say, I need to shift this as well. There's something going on inside of me that's telling me, that's pushing me for this shift, for this transformation to happen for myself. So it would be wonderful, for as many of you as possible to join me. Get all the men in your life together, because it's for all of us. The men to step into divine masculine, the women to step into divine feminine. And I think from there we can create the most magical relationships. It always starts with the individual. If we want to change the whole world, we have to start with the individual. If we want to change governments, we have to start with the individual. If we want to change organizations, start with the individual. And each one of us has to step up and say, I will be counted. I'm not going to be an observer in my life anymore. I'm not going to be an armchair critic anymore. I'm going to be the one that changes and inspires change in other people. So I would love to have you on my journey. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, please just leave a comment below that says, I'm in, me too, I'm feeling it. Tell me what you're feeling right now and what it is that you want to transform over the next 100 days. So it starts tomorrow, the 21st of February, 2023, and that's where I will post some of the things that I will be doing in my day over the next 100 days. And thereafter, it will be just 1-minute check-ins, and once a week, I'll do a video like this that will explain what has happened and shifted in that week. So take care, everybody. I'd love to have you on this journey with me.